Yeah. Hello everyone, and welcome for those who are tuning in to our 2025 Oceania HeyBall World Games Qualifier. We're coming to you from our lovely venue, which is at HeyCan in Canberra, who's our venue sponsor, and Pool ACT as well, who are co-hosting this event. And my name is Pina, and I'm joined by Justin Sage, the wonderful Justin.
Good morning, Pina.
How are we?
Very good.
Great, yep. So our first match we've got up live for you guys today is in the round 4. We've got the losers bracket, which is Jake McCartney against Steve Woods. We're racing to 7 in this match, and then we've also got an adjacent match going, which will be Joe Zhao and Christopher Lilly. So these will determine who goes into the semi-finals.
Perfect. And the winner of these two matches will be randomly drawn against either myself or Cale Barrett in the winners' side. So these matches, will be randomly drawn against one of us. Mm-hmm. But these should be some very good matches, and expecting. Can you hear me?
Yep, I think they can now.
Sorry guys, I was on mute. So, as I was saying before, the winner of these two matches will play myself or Cale Barrett in the winners' semi-final.
Sorry guys, we might be getting a bit of technical difficulty with the mic at the moment. 1 second. Not sure if they're working.
Good morning everyone, just testing if I can hear myself on the mic.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Sorry about that, guys. Well,
I was talking to myself for a while.
Oh, these things happen, it's okay. Okay.
So as I was saying probably a couple of times now, so the winner of these two matches will play either myself or Cale Barrett in the winners' semi-final. So after this will be straight, all these matches are all knockout from now on.
Yep. So we're racing to 7. The matches are timed, so we've got match clocks. So they're usually running at 100 minutes, which is an hour and 40, and with a 5-minute mandatory break after 8 frames, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
Yep.
So we've got some lovely referees.
Oh yes, our referees. So we got Shuang Yu and Alice, who are our lovely volunteer referees helping out, doing a fantastic job, I might add. We had in the first lot of rounds, they were area refereeing over 2 to 3 tables. Now we've get to have a referee per table. Yep. We're just waiting now for the first round for Jake versus Stephen to kick off.
Yes, I believe Steve won the lag. We're just waiting for them, and then we'll take you to the main view of this feature match between Jake and Steve Woods.
Yep. So while we're waiting, so we had 14 runners in this event. However, we dropped down to 12, unfortunately, with 2 of them unable to make it due to unforeseen circumstances. But so we've got players that have come from all over, New Zealand, Queensland, ACT, New South Wales, Victoria. Yep. So it's a great field of runners. And we're about to kick off.
All right, Steve, to break here, we are playing 3-point rule, which means 3 balls have to cut the balk line, and 1 ball pocketed counts as 1 point, and then balls pocketed in the yellow and green pocket counts as 2 points. So fair break by Steve, but he did not make a ball.
Have a look there at the spread.
So straight away Jake going into his trouble. Little cluster he has, so he's broke them out nicely. A little bit thin on the 7, so interesting if he comes up for the 6 ball or possibly the 3.
Ooh.
Alright, unexpected miss there by Jake, but anything on these tables are very, very missable, so
Yes.
very tough tables, that's for sure.
Is it still open, or have they decided?
No, Jake's potted a solid ball, so
that's
Steve
right.
will be on the stripes or the bigs. Alright, Steve had a nice opening pot there. No real troublesome balls, but just got to navigate the white ball precisely.
Yeah, HeyBalls are pretty, have to be quite precision based in this because the pockets are so tight.
Absolutely. So nice little shot there by Steve. So this 10 ball to land on probably the only, I wouldn't say difficult ball, but the ball that's on the near the black spot, that's what he want to land on. Great shot. So we are playing a 45-second shot clock with, I believe, 130-second extension.
Per frame, yep.
That's, it's
Rattled in that jaw.
again another unexpected miss, but Jake's still got a bit of work to do. That 6 ball is no easy ball down the rail on these tables.
So for those that are tuning in, this is for an actual spot, so that everybody's competing for a spot in the World Games, in the HeyBall World Games event.
Yep, which will be held in China in Chengdu.
Yes.
I believe that's in June. Is it June or July possibly? Nice little shot by Jake there, just controlled the cannon on the pot, so just needs to decide which way he's going to go about this. Is he going to go the 5, the 2, the 6? Or he's going to take the 6 early now.
Get a better angle on that one. Let's have a look at the side.
So you can see Steve's on that 14. Steve's got a couple of options here. You can drop this 11 in for the 9 and play the tricky ball last, or will he decide to extract his tricky ball?
No, it's gone off
Looks
the
like
down.
he's tried to knock it out, but he's got a little bit too much side.
Yeah.
So he's come a little bit far away from his work now.
He's left the ball quite far away from.
Yeah, so he's played that sort of with a little bit of safety in mind, so a little bit of distance here for Jake. So Jake might be, he's looking where to leave the cue ball, so he might be thinking of another safety. So pretty good shot by Jake there. Don't think he went for the pot. He was looking where the cue ball was going.
Yeah, but we can see maybe where
Let's have a look.
it's sitting. Let's have a look at this one. There we go.
Yeah,
He's like right behind that.
Yeah, looks like he's got a very tight snooker there.
Oh, he's gone in.
And any foul in this game is ball in hand anywhere on the table, so.
They also have a rule about the break, right? If they do 3 consecutive illegal breaks, it's
Yes,
loss of frame.
That's correct, loss of frame, 3 illegal breaks, which as I touched on earlier, it's a 3-point rule, which 3 balls need to cross the balk line, or 1 ball pocketed counts as 1 point. So Jake with the easiest of outs here, and he's landed perfect on the black. So a bit of a scratchy frame from both boys, but
could also
Jake,
be the nerves.
Yeah, absolutely. The first frame's always the hardest one to get out the way.
Yep.
Yeah, these tables very tight pockets, and you did see the boys miss a couple here, and I can assure you that these tables are very tight. It's not like
Your American
pockets. It's not like the American pockets. It is a club table which has been a little bit more use on them. It's still in very good condition, but once these tables have a bit of wear on them, the pockets become a lot tighter down the rails. So absolutely brutal for the boys out there, and anything's missable. So I feel for them in any shot, and it may look like an easy shot they've missed, but I can assure you that there's no real easy shots on these tables.
Correct, because they're essentially, for those who don't know, HeyBall, I mean, their game, is you pretty much using the American-sized balls, but tighter pockets,
That's right.
So it's a lot easier to miss, I guess.
All right, second frame, Jake to break.
Yep, go. You see where the ball's spread out to.
I believe that might have been an illegal break. So Steve has a couple of options here, 4 options actually. So Steve can choose to play the balls where they lie, which I believe he has.
Yep.
He can send Jake back into break, or he can get the balls re-wrapped and break himself. So Steve's elected to play the balls as they lie.
And that includes the white ball, right?
That's
so it has
correct.
to be played from where it is.
That's
no ball
correct.
in hand.
That's correct.
He's opted for the smalls.
Yep, he's taken the solids. Again, no real difficult balls here, but just needs to manoeuvre the white ball nicely. So another good chance for Steve here to sort of capitalise on his earlier mistake.
And the cloth's obviously quite different to an American table too.
Yeah, it's like the snooker number 10 cloth, so
Yeah.
very fast, slightly napped, nap to it. So I like Steve to go the 6, the 1 to the middle, and then the 5, the 4, the 3 with the 2 ball last.
Oh no, he's taking it now.
He's taking it now. So the only reason why I like the 2 ball because it leads nicely to the black ball to drop it in the middle. But he's opted to go slightly different route now. But I think you see him take the. Is he going to take the 5?
Looks like the 1 maybe.
Yeah.
1 in the centre. Okay.
So
can he see that?
Yeah, so he's on the 3 now. So I think just a little bit more movement with the white ball now, which is why, because I really liked him potting that pink into the bottom left corner.
He's going to have to go in the middle.
These middles are very tight as well, I must say. So this is the frame winning shot, I think, here for Steve. He needs to hold a good line with the cue ball too. He's played that well.
Okay,
so
very
nice
well.
bit of angle now. Just needs to be careful of the 13. The 13 does play large for a snooker, so if he's got the angle, he would love to come off the bottom rail and just bounce up nicely, just to ensure himself that he doesn't snooker himself. But all depending on the angle, it might be straighter than what we think. So yeah, it was straighter than we think, so that's why we'll force it in. So I can assure you this is no gimme either.
Is he going for the centre pocket?
Centre pocket, yes.
Nice.
Nice shot there by Stephen.
Beautiful.
Nice clearance. So
he's taken that frame, so it's 1-1, 1 apiece. And just an update on Joe Zhao and Christopher Lilly's game. So they're 1-0 at the moment.
1-0 to Chris.
To Chris, sorry, yes.
So Chris is the local boy from Canberra, plays out of the Haycan venue, and I believe there's a league that's just started. So he's a regular here and in the knockouts that I come down here for. So Chris, very accomplished player on these tables and American tables as well.
Nice.
And Joe Zhu from Sunshine Coast. So I believe he's played a little bit recently in China. He's come back from a bit of a holiday, but hasn't played for a few years. But I played with Joe in the New South Wales state team and at nationals, so very accomplished purist and player. So I think Joe's just got better and better as this tournament has gone on.
Nice. What's this one here? Now we'll look at the... Right, so our referees will rack each ball. It's up to the player if they want to examine the rack.
That's right. So as you see, it is the J, like English 8-ball, so there is racked in a particular pattern, the J pattern, with the other 2 balls not touching the J, so it has to be racked in a certain way. So Steve to break here. Let's see if he can make the wing balls to the middle. Solid break, but doesn't seem like those wing balls are tracking towards the middle pocket. So interesting to see. All right, he's got fortunate with the cue ball, so very tough starter for Jake. I believe he's got the 4 to the middle he's looking at, so tough opening pot here. He's played that very nicely.
Very nicely.
Jake.
Yep. But what's that ball behind the 8 ball? It's a solid, but I can't make out which one it is.
It looks like the 14. So
it's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, it seems like all the stripes are on one side and all the solids are down the other. The only little problem ball for Jake, not problem ball, but just he needs to navigate the 3. You'd like to get that 3 out the way
Oh, yes.
sooner rather than later. But if he pots the 6, it sort of opens up the rack for him here. But otherwise, if this 2 goes past the 1, or he might have the window to pot the 1.
Let me have a look. Let's have a look and see. Does he have that angle that goes?
Looks very tight,
Looks
doesn't
very
it?
tight.
I think he's got a gap through to the 1, so that might be the ball he's looking.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Yep.
Nice shot there by Jake. So it opens the rack up nicely. Sort of one ball was blocking the other, so that is the path now for Jake. So he just needs to navigate his way to the 3, work out which ball he wants to transition to the 3 to. Nice.
Yep, got that stripe out of the way.
Yep, nice shot there by Jake. See what Jake wants to do. Looks like he might be a little bit straight on the 2, so we'll leave the 3 ball last. Leaves himself a nice straight angle to screw back for the 3. Nice shot there by Jake. Just has to be...
You screw this back?
Yeah, just a nice little
just a
stun screw out.
tiny-
Won't try to do too much with the white ball. Nice shot there by Jake. And yeah, he was in perfect position for that one, but I can assure you these pockets are very tight here.
Yeah.
So Steve has the solids. He looks like he's got a nice angle to bump into his 2 trouble balls on the rail.
Yep, and he's done through. Oh.
It's worked out not too bad.
Referee having a look to see if that's a frozen ball. I think.
Let's have a look. Yeah, he's very close to that 10
Very
ball.
close,
He'd love
yep.
to just drop that 10 ball in, but with him stretching, possibly using the rest, it's not an easy shot. So you might see him take a different ball or even drop in for the snooker. It's not the wrong shot either. So let's see what he wants to do. Yeah, he's looking at the snooker, maybe just bump that ball off the bottom rail. So he's wanted to pot his ball. He really needs to get to his 10 ball sooner rather than later. So as you can see, what I'm looking at is that the 13 is a tricky ball plus the 10 ball. So you could potentially bump the 13 over the pocket and play the snooker behind the 15.
It just brushed past.
So he's looking the more aggressive route. This is not easy, so he's got a nice angle to drop on the 10 here from the 13. So let's see how he plays this. There's pressure on this because he knows he's going to leave Jake a shot if he misses this.
Nicely done.
He played that nice. Just run a little bit far for the 15 to the middle. Oh, that's right. Nice shot there by Steve. So nicely on his ball down the rail. He should be able to drop this in nicely. So he will be tight to the rail after dropping this in.
There we go.
Yeah, so referee watching closely.
Because you're not allowed to touch any of the other balls, right?
No,
It's like
that's
an all
right.
ball.
He's run a little bit far there, Steve. So he's tight. You can see that's wedged right into the pocket. So a bit of pressure on this shot. Great shot by Steve.
Wonderful. Landed nicely for the blind.
So Steve takes a 2-1 lead.
Excellent. And I believe Chris Lilly is also 2-0 in the lead against Joe. And that's Alice, our referee. She's also a very highly respected snooker referee and coach in Australia. So she's been actively involved in promoting and supporting the female players in the sport since 2018. Just a little bit of information about Alice.
Can you guys flick to a close-up of the top, the face one, so I can check that, fix the focus? Close up of the top down. No.
Let's have a look at this one.
No. That one. The top bit close up. Yeah, that one. I need to get the focus right.
Yep, sure.
Alright,
Just
and he's
waiting
just,
as he
just trying to fix
start.
the zoom or the focus for this particular camera angle.
Okay, so while we're waiting, we might do a bit of a swap over. We'll have another special guest in our commentary. We'll get Kale on here to join Justin.
Alright, let's see if we can get Kale over. Oh, a little bit of technical difficulty with the camera trying to get in focus, but we'll get Kale to jump in the commentary.
Well, he'll join us in a couple of minutes. There we go. Alright, to start out up again.
Beautiful.
So let's go look at the break. So we've got Jake to break now.
So there is a little break window box that you must break from.
On either side, the left or the right. Guess it's preference, right?
That's right, so a little bit, a little bit full. You did achieve the 3 points at least there, so legal break, but didn't pocket a ball. Right, so Steve incoming with an open table, a very messy sort of frame here. So you're looking at, it's tricky, both balls are very...
Problems on both sides.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's see what he takes here. Looks like he's taking the solid, the one
solid,
ball.
The one ball.
So he's just nudged his four.
Four, yeah, right behind.
So he's got a couple of problem balls there, so... So Steve's just dropped his ball to the middle. He's got to look at trying to extract some of his tricky balls, which will be the 7, possibly the 4 as well. So he might need to... I would be looking at running off this 7 and just trying to extract his balls in a better position, because he doesn't want to be potting too many balls. Played a nice plant there, but I can't see a way he can run these balls. Possibly a double on the 7 to screw behind the 4, but it doesn't have the angle right away.
Looks like he's tied up there.
Yeah, so he's
2 and 6 now.
balls were close together, so difficulty trying to judge the cut on that one. So Jake incoming with a very messy table, so let's see how Jake goes about this. So Jake, very accomplished cubist on not just these tables, but the English 8-ball tables. He's been playing quite a lot of Chinese 8-ball in recent times, so he does know the game inside and out, and particularly the tactical side of things, Jake. So he's laid the snooker there, just promoting his 9-ball. So let's see what Steve does. So Steve has, you know, potentially 4 tricky balls here. He just needs to make contact with one of them just to promote his balls into a better position. So he's played a great shot there, just nudging his 4-ball into a potable position. Interesting to see if this combination, don't believe the 6-2 combination is onto
I'm going to look from maybe the top end. See if it's...
Yeah, it doesn't look like
doesn't
that.
look like it's...
So if Jake can drop this 15 in, it looks like he can get an angle to extract. I think it's the 15 ball near Steve's 7 ball. So,
oh yes.
or maybe
that's
13
it
it is. So this is the key shot for Jake. And he potted that nicely, very confidently. So you can see Jake's got the nice little window through to his ball. So yeah, that 13 ball. You just cue down on the ball, trying to extract. Beautiful
nice.
shot.
Beautifully done.
They
didn't want to kiss off the
black.
black.
It has landed a little bit awkward. So he can, looks like he can get through to the bottom ball near the black spot, the 11, but the cue ball's tracking up towards the 8 ball. So interesting to see how he plays this one. He wants to be careful. He doesn't want to touch Steve's 6 or 2 ball to promote them. So you might see him play it with a touch of check side here. That beautiful shot. Knew he was coming into those balls, so he's played that.
Oh, and set that one up nicely too, right over the pocket.
He didn't want to extract those, but the way the balls were lying and the natural path of the cue ball, he had to make a judgment of just potting his ball and going into one of those balls, and he would have been quite unlucky not to land on one there. Mm-hmm. So that's worked out nicely. And
mm-hmm.
Alright. You see Jake just screw across to the side of the table. He's got a little bit of angle, he's got to pinch it. And he's played that nicely.
So I'll come into the corner here behind the 2.
One rail up the table, beautiful. You can see that the cushions are very bouncy here. Nice steel back cushions, and got a nice game here. 2-all.
2-all, nice. Just an update on Chris and Joe's game. It's 3-0 to Chris Lilly.
See if you can swap between the Yep, you've got a new
Okay, well, I don't know where Kale went. He's going to join us.
So update on table 16. Chris Lilly's taken a 3-0 lead. You can have a look at our lovely venue here at HeyCan.
Yep, our venue sponsors.
So you can see 8 Chinese 8-ball tables, but towards the right there is some American tables. Great venue here. We've actually held
a few events.
Yeah, a few events. We've had an APA event, so lovely support from HeyCan, not just from APA and myself. They're very welcoming here, and it's a great venue to play.
Yep. Brian, who's the owner, he's been very accommodating.
All right, Steve to break here. So he has made the wing ball, but unfortunately for Steve, he's pocketed the cue ball in the centre pocket. So Jake,
he scratched on that.
Will have ball in hand from behind the balk line.
Behind the line, right?
Behind the line, but he cannot play any balls inside the balk line, so he must shoot forward. So the 11 and the 1, he cannot play those balls.
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking for the combination here first. Tricky little combination it looks like, but if he gets this one it opens up the rack, but he still has a bit of work to do with the 14 and the 7 being into a cluster. So you want to be targeting your problem balls first. So you'll see Jake go
That's
for this
not a very easy shot, is it?
Might be easier down on the shot, but it is. I don't expect him to miss it if he's going for that.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
So you will see Jake probably play the ball to the middle off 2 rails and trying to extract his 14 here. So let's see if he has that angle. If he doesn't, you might see him play the 11. So he won't leave his tricky balls last, that's for sure, Jake. He's very accomplished and he's great at mapping the outs, not just on these tables. So he needs that to run a little bit, so...
Okay, I've got Kale here. We can join Justin. So over and out from myself, and might come back a little bit later. But thank you, I'll hand over to Kale.
Thank you.
So we'll see how Jake wants to go here. It is a tricky angle to get to the 14. Morning, Kale.
Morning, Justin. How are you?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, well, thank you. Jake at the table.
Jake at the table, yeah. So Steve scratched on the break, so let's see how it goes about this. He needs to get to that 14 with this shot. What a shot. He's played that nicely. The cue ball's landed in a tricky position, so you never actually quite know where the cue ball's going to land when you play an extraction like that, but he'll be very happy with where the ball's situated, but he needs to come with a good shot here. I believe he's only got...
Maybe a thin cut.
Yeah, he's got a thin cut. So, one good pot here from Jake. We'll open up the rack. A tricky shot there. So Steve comes to the table. Not an easy table. He's got a couple of tricky balls, being the 1 and the 2. Looks like the 1 probably slides past the 9, so he might come up for that now.
Landed pretty good on that, really. Screw back and play the 2, Justin, or?
Yeah, I think that's the shot. It's quite tricky. I'm not sure if he's going to go directly into the pocket or use the 9 ball, but see how he plays this. He's played that nicely. So when you're right behind the balls, they do go nicely down the rails, but any distance, it becomes very tricky. So off angle here, Steve. He needs to. I think it's tough. He might need to drop the 2 in, but this is a very tricky shot. He knows he's going to be leaving Jake.
Can he drop the 7 in and take the 2 up past the 9?
Yeah, that's another option. But either way, this 7 is a tricky pot, and the 2, so I feel if he plays the 7, he's got to play 2 good shots, but if he plays the 3, he just needs to drop in 1 good shot here. So that's why he's not going to get much better on the 2. So no, he's missed that by some distance, Steve, there.
Hasn't done himself any favours as well.
No, it's 2's. In a tricky spot again, so Jake probably will take the ball to the centre. Might be thinner than we think. No, it should be fine. I think he'll take the ball to the centre. No, proves me wrong. He needs to land nicely on this. He needs to slow up. Yeah, he's played that perfect. That was the worry with that shot. I didn't like it because if he landed off angle, it was tricky to get back. But he's in prime position here. He can pick what angle he wants to leave himself on the last ball, and you just want to be not moving the cue ball around. So you'll see 3 stun shots here by Jake, just to get the finish and have a nice drop in on the centre pocket to the middle. So 3-2 to Jake coming up. Nicely done.
Nicely done. We've got a score update on the other table, Justin, or?
Let's have a look what the score is.
Four 4-0 to Chris Lilly. Kenny, how are you? That's good. Yeah, I'm well, thank you.
Did he stop? Let's go.
Yeah, he stopped. Yeah.
Alright.
He's got the wing ball.
Nice breakdown. Very nice layout here for Jake. So yeah, best break of the match here for Jake. So I wouldn't say Jake's the most accomplished with the rest, I must say, but you should be able to drop this one in nicely. I don't think he'll be doing too much with the cue ball here. Yeah, drop that one in nicely. He should have the angle.
Is he on the 9 there?
Yeah, looks like he's got the window. I'm not sure that's the best view we might have there. Yeah, he should be nicely on the 9. Nicely done there by Jake.
These are a nice set of balls.
Yeah.
If you could break like this every time and land them like that.
Yeah. He's taking the 13 here. This is a nice shot there by Jake. It really doesn't matter which way he goes about these. He can argument to go the 10, the 15, the centre ball and the 11 last, or you could even take the 11, the 10, the 15 and the centre ball last as well. So see which way he goes about it. There's no right and wrong way about these ones. They're quite a nice sort of simple pattern, but I think ideally you probably leave the 11 last, but you might take that now. it up nicely there for his, I think that's the 13 ball. He's just come a little bit too far, but shouldn't be a problem. It just made it harder than, he knows he made it harder than what it should be. Yeah, he's got a nice angle to come back in the same pocket, but just slightly awkward cueing. Got to be careful of clipping the black on the way back, so he's probably just a little bit frustrated with himself that he's made it harder than he needs to be. Under the circumstances, it's still a pot you shouldn't miss, but he's just annoyed that he's left it a little bit tricky. Nicely done.
Played that well.
So nicely done there by Jake. Takes a 4-2 lead. Looks like both the frames have finished, so let's so 5-0 by Chris Uwe, so running away with the match there. Alright, Steve to break.
Steve here would be hoping for a ball and pegging a frame back. 4-2 down.
Yeah, you struggle with the break, Steve, so let's see if he can. Yeah, those wing balls just going a bit high, it's pretty tricky. All tables break differently, so it is hard to gauge the right speed.
Another good chance here for Jake. The smalls look the balls.
Yep, that's definitely. So straight away, you want to. He'd be looking. If he's got the angle on the 5, but he might play the 2 now, and he'd love a little nudge if he can be straight on this one to the 1. No, he didn't. He had a bit of angle there, so looks like the 5 and the 1 will be his last 2 balls, I believe. So let's just see the way he goes about this, Jake. So yeah, just a little. There we go, we're back. So Jake a little stun. Nice shot to the 6. The 6, the 4, the 3. Nice little angle off 2 rails for the 5. Nicely done. Probably a little bit short. He wanted to be straight now, so he's annoyed with himself because if he drops that 3 and he's going to be straight on the 5 and doesn't have a natural angle or transition to his 1 ball, so that's where he's looking to get back into line. Anywhere near the brown spot would be nice. He'll be aiming, depending on the angle, whether he just
Will he try and get on the one now? Is it too much of a risk? Off the top rail.
Oh, looks like he has. It's he's going to go in off. Oh. Yeah, he might have been thinner than what we thought there, but I really like playing the 5 and then the 1. But he's got to play a good shot. It's still not too bad for Jake here, but he's got to just jack up and a nice stun shot, or maybe you can flick it in with a bit of right-hand side.
He's played that well.
So yeah, he hasn't done...
It's his best chance, isn't it?
Yeah, he didn't do too much with the cue ball. They just concentrated on the pot. Gives himself a chance and a shot at the 1. He might... Doesn't know if he's going to go into the 8. He might just get a little flick on the 8 here, but concentrate on the 1. Just give yourself a chance. Let's have a look. So
he doesn't want to get the flick, and the white could be...
Yeah, it's very tricky.
How's the white?
Is to pull up.
Got a big bounce off that top cushion there. Made contact with the black, but hasn't done himself any favours there.
Yeah, so Steve's got a nice open table. Yeah. And a nice sort of angle here to just bump his 14. So Steve looking at just pocketing the balls. He doesn't fear these balls down the rail, Stevie, so very good potter, Steve. So you just look at a nudge it off the rail now. Great shot.
Played that well.
Would you have played it like that, or would you?
I've liked playing the 13 and going into it there.
Yeah, straight away, but
he played that with a little bit of an element of safety.
Yeah.
He had the snooker, I guess, if he did miss that one down the rail.
So,
but like you said, Justin, Steve's got that great cue action and
needs us to pull up. That's all right. Yeah.
Played a lot of snooker growing up.
Needs to drop this one in. Just have to be careful with those middle pockets. They are a lot tighter than you think, these middle pockets. A bit shallow. So if you're not 100%, you didn't miss that by much. You see that ball hit both sort of jaws and just the pace kept it out, but you have to be 100% accurate. Left a tricky shot here for Jake, so chance for Jake he didn't expect, and he's
with a little bit of element of safety as well. Would you have just committed to that, or?
Yeah, tricky shot there. If anything, I would have played it maybe with running side and left the cue ball on the balk rail, if anything, and the pace would have left it closer to the hole. So Steve, just looking to probably put the 13 up towards the yellow pocket and just play a snooker. You know, I wouldn't be going for the centre pocket here because you can run safe if he... So yeah, just concentrate on the cue ball, bumping into the side rail, up towards the yellow pocket. So nicely done there by Steve. Got the snooker. Might have left him a thin edge, but yeah, so Jake looking just to...
Can you go between the...
I think he's got an edge here. Oh no, he's gone in between, yeah. Just kicking it from the bottom rail.
Oh, great effort.
Might have left it a little bit tricky. Even though he's got... Yeah, it's a tight pocket. Has he got the plan, or is he going to try and just come past the 9 ball?
It's getting down on that quite quickly. Does it pass, or...?
He's played the flat nicely.
Great shot. Nice shot there by Steve. Be able to get this frame after missing that first chance. And
yeah, you just want to be careful on this middle pocket. He missed the last shot here, so nicely done. And we'll pull it back to 4-3. Nicely done there by Steve. So 4-3 with Jake to break. Jake to break. Didn't make the wing balls, so...
a legal break?
Possibly, yes. Wasn't watching closely, but...
Yes, it must have been a legal break, I think. Steve's played that well. Rolled the big past the 1 ball and left himself a decent chance. A couple of tricky balls, the 11 on the left-hand side rail and the 14 to the middle, it's a little bit tight there.
Yeah, so he's going to play a couple of good shots, Steve. So interesting to see how he goes about this. Has he got the angle just to nudge the 11 off the rail, or is he just going to drop in on the 14? He's got a couple of options. Even that 13 ball's a little bit of a tricky ball to get nicely positioned on.
He's played that well.
Up the 9 nicely. So tricky. It's still, a little bit tricky here for Steve. So doesn't want to leave himself straight on the 11 ball. So must have a little bit of angle just to bounce out the rail, but it is a tight pot. Nicely done.
Will he make the effort to come off the left-hand side rail and try to come to the right-hand side rail and play the 13?
Yeah,
Does he have the angle?
interesting. I think he might just maybe stun out for the 9 ball. Nice shot there.
Played that well.
So he's got to play a really good shot to get on his last ball. He was looking if it passed the 8 ball, but I don't believe it is. So transition from the 10 to his last ball will be the key shot in this rack for Steve.
Well played. He might be coming up to the middle and playing the 13 into the right-hand side.
Yep, so
corner. Well, he might have the angle just to screw straight back.
So if he's got the natural angle, he'd love just to come into the line of the 1 ball and nudge the 1 ball would be perfect. That's the line if you could pick that line, but he is screwing, maybe he's screwing through the gap.
He's screwing back.
Yeah, I think angle wasn't quite there to screw straight back. He just didn't get into it enough there. So it was on that shot, but had to hit it precisely. So still might have a pot here, a thin pot, or he's looking towards the green pocket.
Or is he looking to go off the black?
Not sure what he's looking. Off the black, it looks like. No. Must have passed to the green pocket. Tricky shot, that one.
Jake tried to play the long one and extract the 6, but got the double kiss.
A little bit unfortunate, so might have the angle on the 4 to screw down the rail. Otherwise, plenty of options for Jake to play safe here, which he might be looking at just running off the 6 ball. No need to really push the sort of the boat out here. These balls are nicely situated. So yeah, he's just running off the 6 ball. Just got to be careful of getting the nick off the 3. Oh, he's played it a bit thicker. Nicely.
Well played. It's really put the pressure on Steve now, especially at 4-3 down.
And with the time running down, we've got an hour and 6 minutes on the clock, so still enough time. We have a result on table 16. Chris Lee with a 7-0 win over Joe. Congratulations, Chris. Alright, Steve didn't make contact with his ball, so Jake's got ball in hand here. Coming on off the angles there, Jake has got a really big bounce there, so
He wouldn't be too happy with
no,
that.
where the cue ball's landed, just making it a little bit more difficult than it is. Still don't expect him to miss any pots, but as I said before, it is frustrating when the white just runs on a little bit like this and just makes it difficult, more difficult than you want.
I think he'll take the 3 ball, won't he?
Yeah, it looks like maybe he's a little bit straight on the 5, so or the 2. Yeah, nicely done there. He's just running away again, so
Won't be happy with that,
No.
but still.
might see him play another snooker. He won't be happy, Jake, with the cue ball just running away again. But doesn't need to really force anything. He'd love to play the 7 as a shot to nothing, but I think there's a little bit too much angle, which might leak out behind and give Steve a shot. So might just see him play the snooker here, I think, again. Won't risk anything at 4-3 up. Not sure, yeah, the 6 is too thin, so does have an option to cut the 5 in, but the cue ball's running loose, and
It's not worth the risk.
yeah, so you just see him. You just play a little snooker here. Don't expect Steve to miss this a second time, but his balls are in prime position, Jake, so not much you can do here, and just hopefully cause a bit of movement with a few of the balls. No, he's missed that one, so you won't see Jake make another mistake here. Having a little laugh to himself, so nicely done there by Jake. So Jake will take a 5-3 lead, potting these 2 balls. So
Nicely done by Jake.
yeah, so 8th frame having a break, 5-minute break, so we'll be back. Alrighty, back. When I looked, there's about 49 minutes on the shot clock, so plenty of time for this match to finish, come to a close. But so Jake's at the table now.
Electing to take the bigs,
Yep.
and he's
He's been a little bit
tip on that one.
unfortunate.
Wasn't absolutely perfect.
Might not be on much here, Jake. Interesting to see what he's got. Yeah, so he's blocked off for the 9. Don't think he's got a shot on the 11. He might have a thin cut on the 10. So these, yeah, they're not looking good for Steve here. The balls, the way they've landed. I mean, for Jake, sorry. A little bit unfortunate. He was trying to get a contact on either the 7 or the 13, even the 1. So he did have a window to the 11. So
It's not a bad shot. He's left himself a good angle here.
yeah, he's got a couple of options here. He's got the 10, possibly the 9. But he really needs to work out how he's going to get to that 12 ball. They're taking the 9.
So that's nearly perfect. I think he's on that.
Yeah, he's had a nice little nudge there on the 3. Still a bit of work to do. Needs to come with a good pot here. And then position, not straightforward. He'd love to land on the 10. But I'm not sure if he can stun
The
top
2
side.
balls, sort of cutting it off.
That's right. He'd love to stun high side of the 2 with a bit of side to come back for the 10, but obviously very tricky shot. Not only the pot, but the position as well.
Can you get enough on it to miss the middle pocket? Oh, he's played
That's
that.
the shot he's played. He needs to pull up. That's
Absolutely perfect.
beautiful shot there by Jake. Beautiful shot. It was the shot I picked out, but very tricky shot to execute, so nicely done.
Nicely done
Just
there by Joe.
didn't overplay that, so he didn't knock the 8 ball to the rail. And then you'll see him just drop in the 14. So a good chance here for Jake to go 6-3 up.
Nice finish.
Yeah, very nice finish by Jake there.
Really put the pressure on now with 6-3.
Jake to break here. Let's see if he can get these wing balls. Nice.
It's been breaking well, Jake.
He's got a nice layout here. Yeah, got a couple of options here. He likes the solid balls. Just because of that.
Played that really nicely.
What a shot there he's played. So it looks like
Still a little bit of work to do, the two ones far side of the balk end and the 3 ball near the middle.
yeah. So just where he's pointing his cue, he'd love to land in that area right near the balk line. So that will be, he's already thinking 3 or 4 shots ahead here. So leave himself a nice angle on the, from the 5 to the 2. Looking at leaving that angle, and looks like he's just going to float up towards the, just past the middle pocket. Ideally, yeah, anywhere near that balk line. So you can see he's leaving himself options. He knows if he goes a little bit too far, he's going to have the 1. But ideally, if he hits it perfect, you want to be playing that. Is it the 3 ball?
The 3 ball,
yeah. So just looking where his cue ball, where he wants his cue ball. So very good patterns by Jake, leaving himself options on a not a tricky positional, but he needs to play it nicely. It looks like he's played that absolutely perfect.
It's landed on that 3 absolutely plumb. Great shot there by Jake.
So yeah, he's definitely looking at taking the 3. Nice natural angle to come down for the 4. Just needs to pull up. It's all right. Nicely done.
Just made this look very easy. The last 3 or 4 racks he's run out.
Yeah, he's played that nice. Just yeah, he's got a little bit of clearance for that. Probably a little bit straighter than what he wanted. So yeah, just be screwing the white back out like a stun screw. Yeah, beautiful. Nice little. Is it going to go past?
He's hooked himself. I didn't want that shot. I thought he should have stunned out.
He just didn't.
And 3 striped balls there. It's just a little bit risky.
It was, yeah, probably straighter than what he thought. He didn't get the stun into the ball. I was already looking at ordering my bacon and eggs on toast. It's filthy.
Now this is tricky. I don't think. Can you
Well, he's only got.
come off the middle?
Yeah, he's only got that side rail
Hampered.
hampered. He's probably got to play it with a touch of side. He might have access to the left-hand side of the ball slightly, but no, he's got too much on it. He'll be filthy with himself there, Jake. Yeah, the more angle you give yourself, the more missable it is, but let's just see where he floats up. So he's got to be real careful on the pot here, otherwise, you know.
He's got that ball and he's floated up pretty nicely.
Yeah, so he's played it with a bit of element of safety. He played it nicely, potted the ball. So does have so unexpected chance that Steve didn't expect to get here. So issue there, but we're back on. Steve cleared those balls nicely, so 6-4 in a race to 7. So Jake on the hill was only a couple of inches away from closing up the match there, but snookered himself.
You going? Yeah. Going?
Yeah, I wish we could get some food before we play at 12.
Is it on mute?
Not on me.
I'll let you.
Okay.
So you can't show the GoPro? So that's alright, so no GoPro. Alright,
What's on?
what are you doing? Don't touch it while they're playing. Go down near it. Oh, it's that GoPro. It's not really one on top of the car. Sorry, it's going to go. I don't know if it's weird.
As you tell.
Testing. It's good.
How do you turn it on?
It's on. Yours is on already with the blue light.
How do you turn it off? That button?
It's a mute button.
That's it.
Testing.
Which is a mute button, so that one over there.
Yeah.
They actually tell it's on. So I've got 2 lights on, but if I press it, nothing changes. Just back to the screen.
I wouldn't worry about the venue one, matey, until they've finished the match. So I wouldn't worry about the venue view.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Let's.
this match will be over in a little bit, mate.
Yeah.
So how do I tell? Because I'm going to press it, nothing changes.
So there's a mute here that we can press, which is. Just make sure. Oh, hold on. I don't know. Instructions for that to find out how to mute things. Let's just talk to it. That's the best we can do. As long as the 2 blue lights are on. Testing. Press the mute button. How do you cycle the pages on this one? Can you show us how we can tell if it's muted? Where's the mute button?
That one over there.
That's not a button. That's yeah. It's only on the bottom here. So how do we mute both together, or was this the only way to mute? Yeah. So we mute it with this.
What's that?
We Okay. Yep. It's working now.
Good to go?
Yeah, good to go.
Alright, I hope you guys out there watching can hear us. Got Matt Harmon and Kenny Nicol now on the commentary, coming to the closing stages of this match. It looks like Woodsy's clawed back the last couple to make it 6-5. And Heath's just commented to say he can hear us, so thanks Heath.
That's good. So 6-5 up to Jake.
Yeah.
Very close to finishing.
Yeah, Steve's got the last two, I think. I think he just ran out that last frame while we're trying to sort out the audio. But yeah, well, I'm certainly a novice at this HeyBall game, Kenny, myself. I played for the first time on Friday night. But
How'd you find it?
it was really enjoyable, actually. Something different, but a game that you would have to be playing a lot of the time to be consistent. But the tables are nice to play on. Yeah, something different, definitely.
Yeah.
But I believe these matches are on a match clock, and we'll be getting pretty close to the time, I'd imagine. Steve's on the smalls, and he's just tried to move that one ball, and I think he's made it worse actually, and he's left himself pretty awkward. I think he's got a shot at the 5. He can possibly just drop that in, but he's got awkward bridging.
I think he'll play the 5. He has to.
And he should be able to run through onto the, and I'm not familiar with the colours, but the strike ball near the 6. I know he's coming to play the 3 and come off on rail and into the 1 and the.
Oh, do you reckon he can do that?
I reckon he's got. Well, that's where I'm a little bit of a novice.
He'd need to hit it really fine.
Yeah, with the big balls, eh? I think it looks like it's going wide, doesn't it?
It's deceptive.
Yeah.
So I'd normally zoom in, just to zoom in. The other angles we aren't able to swap to the other angles yet. And I think he's going to touch. Oh no! Yeah. So it was too wide.
Way too wide.
Oh, it's getting harder now, Matty.
Yeah. I think here he's all he can do is try to play the plant. That's a very, very tough shot.
Well,
but he's got to make it safe at the same time. Which
I don't know if I'd be touching those two up there, the yellow and brown. I'd be leaving them there for the moment.
He's not. Are you thinking to keep the coverage on the
middle
big
pocket?
Yeah,
because that's a potential quick way of losing if he doesn't get it right.
But he might be able to just run through a little bit and leave the white right on top of that ball.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done.
Oh my God!
What a shot!
Oh my God!
That's massive.
I have to ask, did he mean that?
I think so.
Okay.
So he's in a.
I kind of thought.
Position
I actually thought he was playing it to stop it dead on that big ball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And now he's just. It's a tough shot on those tables, but he's just going to
drop this in with a little bit of bottom just to hold the white.
And then fine cut on the...
Take his medicine and just have a fine
6.
shot on the 6. Yep. The good thing is he's coming around pretty naturally, I think.
Is he going to glance off that big into the corner, do you think?
I think it's close. That's what he's looking at now.
Because he can't put bottom on it. He can't... His pace, I think, is always taking him into the corner.
I think if he's got to play a little bit of pace, so he might avoid it just. No.
He did.
Is he going to get away with it?
Yeah.
He is.
It's all up to, can he cut this down? He doesn't have to worry about the middle, right? Doesn't have to worry about the white going in the middle.
No. And there's no double there, so he's just got to knock this down the rail.
He's one of the best cueists, so I think if he's going to get it, he's going to get it.
Well, you're right. He doesn't have to worry about the white. The white's going to come across the table, but you've got the big in the way.
As long as it doesn't triple back into the other middle.
Yeah. It's only a very soft shot.
Yeah. Oh, it's so close.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to say. So Jake can't snooker anywhere here because the black's pretty much potable from anywhere. So
he'd be going this.
He'd be going out. Yeah.
I think it's whatever the pink ball is on the rail. I think he'll be leaving that to last. Which is normally you'd be trying to get on it pretty soon, but I think he'll go that straight 14 to the corner. Where he's just going to drop this down and then push the 11 down over the pocket, maybe.
I think the 11's too...
No.
Yeah, it was too... The angle I don't think was there. Ooh, he's got a chance to maybe get rid of these 3 with the other 10 first. The thing is, you don't really have cover, so you might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well get rid of them. And
I think he was trying to get on the 11 there for the middle, but I think he's landed a bit straight, so he'll have to go to the 10.
This is... Oh, that went...
Oh, wow.
I swear that was going wide.
So I think the way it's obviously dropped both these balls in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's just whether he comes down for the... I think that's the 12 ball in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
If he comes down for that, and then the ball on the rail last, or does he put the ball on the rail after this one?
I think he'll leave the rail ball to his last ball.
He has to now. He's got a nice little angle just to drop this in, leave a bit of angle to...
He could leave the angle to try and break it open, but I don't know if he will.
Yeah.
You know, like off his second last ball. Yeah, the angle he's looking at to give him to go into that.
I don't think it's just... It's a bit risky, I think. I think if he leaves the angle just to drop in behind the ball on the rail, and he'd back himself to pot it.
I think it's all right. I
don't think he's got enough angle. I think he's going
to have to come off the top.
Yeah.
Just in case you screw into the, right next to it. It's hard to judge the angle from here. Looking at it on. Yeah, is he gonna come off?
I think he's going to actually screw straight across.
Wow. Okay.
I think he's like in between. If he was over a bit further, he could just drop it in off the top rail and across. But I think the angle he's got, I think
it's
he might...
too wide to go off the top rail.
He doesn't like it. He's got an awkward angle. He's right in the middle of where he wants to be.
I think he's going to screw it, to be honest. What do you reckon?
Well, he's got a bit of angle there, so he's got to...
No, he's coming off the top, I think. Yeah, he's coming off the top.
Some run through, a bit of side. Yeah.
Oh, he's giving it some. Now he just how good is your queuing now?
Yeah. I think. Yeah, tough tables, but he's stretching a bit. I'll back him to pot this.
He's almost touching the black. You better watch out. And this should be it, right? Race to 7. He's about to hit 7.
So quite a tight match. And Jakey's got away with it.
Yeah.
7-5 for Jake. Good match. And commiserations to Steve. He's a great effort, considering I don't believe he's been playing too much. But Jakey obviously one of the hot favourites for this event. But yeah, now we move on to stage 2 of this, which is basically the semi-finals. I'm not too familiar with this style of draw, but
It'll be Jake versus. It'll be. Do we know who the?
I think it'll be Jake versus Chris Lilly and Justin versus Kale, and the winners play each other in the final.
Yeah, I wonder.
And there's no more second life now, I believe, is the way it works.
Ah, okay.
But I could be wrong. But anyway.
It'll be in digital pool. Do we have digital pool?
So I think
Browser? No.
the next matches, guys, are scheduled for 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's time now.
And another half an hour. So we'll jump out for now, and we'll be back in about half an hour with the next matches.
Yep, there'll be a new stream coming on at 12 o'clock. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Okay, bye.